Yeah, do for me. No.
Hey y'all, it's me again. I saw this blue therapy show on Netflix, which seemed interesting for a number of reasons, honestly. First, who doesn't like reality TV? Especially when it's based on real people. Secondly, psychology is my wheelhouse, my dear love. So I'm always invested in gaining different perspectives about the psyche. And thirdly, all these people needing couples therapy are primarily Black people. So was interested about the dynamics of these couples. I am really curious how the therapist will navigate cultural safety. So yeah, basically a lot of things happening at once, and I love a little bit of complexity. So I wanted to watch this series with y'all. First couple on the block is Jay and Daisy.
When I saw her, I was just kind of thinking, damn, fat, she looks bad.
I think the first thing that made me fall in love was the looks. I can't like his eye candy like.
They got together. They both looked good according to each other. And from what I got, they are committed to each other right now because of their child. So they get to the therapist, and the therapist, her name is Miss Karen. Is it Doherty or Doherty? I don't know, but Miss Karen, she seems nice enough. Daisy says that Jay can't take criticism. And one thing I'll say, Daisy, is that's not a Jay thing in as much as it is a man thing. But I hear you. And fair enough. It's annoying to be with someone with a God complex. Now, Jay, on the other hand, says he can't be with someone who likes to argue a lot.
Well, the girls are fighting!
And fair enough as well. No one wants to be with a negative Nancy. Jay, do you not realize you are already stuck with her? You have a child with this person. So now you're just forever in a relationship with her. There's no way you are getting out of this relationship now unless you become a deadbeat dad or, God forbid, is no longer with us. People seem to think that marriage is a bigger commitment than having a child. And this is so far from the truth. Just don't have babies with someone and you can get out of the relationship, no strings attached. Daisy says they are here because if not, they will end up not being together. To which Jay clears his throat and gives an odd look, y'all.
The why now, because if we don't, we're going to end up not being together. But the why we're here.
Daisy wants this relationship bad. To be honest, I low-key feel she did have hopes that having the baby would bring them closer together. However, ladies, don't ever make that foolish mistake to have a baby for a relationship. A baby will only complicate the situation. It seems Daisy is struggling to forgive Jay for not being there the day after the birth, which was a year ago. And to which I'm like, girl, stop being childish and get over it, especially if you want to be with him. She says she feels he did her dirty. He went and got a tattoo the day after she gave birth, which was inappropriate. And I agree, that's inappropriate. Like, what the fuck? You couldn't wait? Anyways, is the dirty that he did you him going to get a tattoo? Because if so, that's not as dirty as you think, girl. Just knowing how Daisy is from what she is saying, she seems manipulative and petty. I wouldn't put it past her to be an emotional terrorist. Jay makes it very clear he didn't want the baby, says they were broken up when she was pregnant, and he was actually moving on with his life at that point. Babes, understand that you were an afterthought. He was moving on with his life and you pulled him back in because of this baby. Jay felt like he was put in a box. He wants to be with Daisy because he loves her. Side note, he loves her even though he dismisses her feelings. Now, just based on my perspective, the truth of the matter is that I think Jay wants to be the good guy. You know, I think he wants to do what's right, but he doesn't really want Daisy like that. Not in my opinion. Like when they were speaking with Miss Karen, she actually asked a really great question. It's like, if it wasn't for the baby, would you still be together? And he said, yeah, but yo, bro, you just said you had already moved on without her. You both out here playing games, winning stupid prizes, which is a dysfunctional relationship that now has a baby. He probably thinks all these overwhelming emotions he is feeling and has probably only felt towards Daisy is love, when in reality, it is mainly just guilt, respect mixed with varying levels of other feelings. They seem like they want to make it work. Mind you, they haven't spoken about some of the things that came up in the therapist's office, which I thought was shocking. To not know how your partner is feeling about certain topics, certain aspects of your relationship. What are y'all doing? Never mind. I guess they were just having sex. It makes sense. The next couple, Victor and Maria.
I don't have a commitment issue. I'm a very committed guy to everything that I put my mind to.
Yeah.
It's just, I believe that I feel happy. I think we are happy. I'm deeply in love. And I don't think that even if I get married tomorrow, like, I'll give more than what I'm giving right now.
Victor says Maria is the best person he has ever met. Maria alludes to him being the fairy tale guy, and she seems very invested in being a wife. But they've been together for 7 years and aren't married. They both living in a delusion. 7 years, no marriage, no proposal. This ain't no motherfucking fairy tale. This is a horror story. Victor wants them to live life more before thinking about marriage. 7 years is not a long enough time.
But I want us to live life a little bit more before we start thinking about marriage and kids.
And ladies, this is a warning for you. Don't let these raggedy ass dudes take those prime years of your life. If it's been 2 years and not even a discussion about marriage, that man don't care to have you in his life long term. I guess one thing I noticed is that their dynamic is less contentious and seems more loving and friendly than Jay and Daisy's. Maria notes that she's the one who brought them here. Victor says he is happy and they are happy. Now, what the fuck, Victor? That's where I'm gonna have to say, nah, Victor, he definitely an emotional terrorist, because you know this girl wants marriage. So why would you completely overlook what she's telling you?
I hear you. Except
Yeah?
you're in a committed relationship
Yeah.
and you're completely excluding the preferences, needs, wants, desires of your partner.
Then again, it's been 7 years and you're still there. No proposal, no marriage. You're still there. So you must be happy. He's right. He's right. You're happy. Apparently, Victor gave her 2 rings to string her along and shut her the fuck up because he said it made her happy. And he's not wrong. Because, like I said, she's still there. So she must be happy. You mean you're voluntarily placing yourself in a situation where you're not happy? Is that what it is, Maria? Because then we have to look at you and be like, what's going on? And why do you think that's okay for you to be in a situation that you're not happy with? I will say that I do have a bit more grace for Maria, because she does seem like someone who operates in good faith. She doesn't seem manipulative in doing for her own benefit and no one else's. So I can potentially see how you could stay in such a situation. But then again, if marriage is as important to you as you say, I also don't understand why you're still in this relationship when there's no marriage and there's no sight of marriage. You haven't even been proposed to. Also, I said this for Daisy and Jay. What are the conversations you are having on a day-to-day basis in your relationship? Because why don't you know why he gave you those rings? I mean, I guess it's just a learning experience for her. So I won't go in too hard. Viktor essentially explains that he doesn't see a reason to get married. She's still here after damn near a decade, so there really is no reason for Viktor to get married. Maria gets upset and walks away. I get it, but I also don't get it because his behaviors clearly says he doesn't want you like that, Maria. Side note, my opinion on the problem here is that Maria is tethered to this fairy tale love that she isn't actually evaluating logically. We need to stop believing in these fairy tales and start living in reality. When Maria comes back, she tells the story about how Viktor overheard her mom telling her, "You're giving yourself to a man who doesn't want to marry you." And I'm just over here side-eyeing like, okay, tell us something new. Tell us something interesting. Tell us something that we don't know, because mama ain't lying. So what's the issue here? What's the issue here? What's the issue, Mr. I'm blunt and straight to the point? What's the issue? He's clearly oriented towards a nuclear family, which is like one of the most unhealthiest types of families you can have, versus the communal orientation of family that Black cultures typically have, which can also be unhealthy, but is a bit more healthy for women. What I don't appreciate is Viktor keeps saying that this girl is happy with him. She's happy, we're happy, I'm happy, projecting the fuck out of this happiness that Maria clearly isn't aligned with. She is obviously not as happy as she could be. The problem is that she's putting her desires to the side for someone who isn't doing the same for her. Because, yeah, she's a happy individual, generally positive, but you know this girl wants something and you not giving it to her. And because she's not being like Daisy, a negative Nancy about it, you're just putting her desires and wants to the back end. And I don't like that for Maria. Viktor ain't the fairy tale guy she thinks he is. He ain't shit. This dude is he a bitch ass if I ever seen one. I love how the therapist kind of reads him, because it's true.
It doesn't necessarily say that you're not good enough. It might not be about you. It's about their system, their value system, their familial system. It's not about you.
Yeah, we could look at it that way too.
It might not be about you, Viktor. And this whole situation seems very Viktor-centered. Maria brought up how she is sending her family money, and Viktor flips out. Then his manipulative ass throws her deception in her face as the reason why he is not marrying her. And this is how we know he is an emotional terrorist. Dude is trifling. Because mind you, he didn't know about her sending money to her family. But now here he is using this deception as the reason why he is not marrying her. That doesn't make sense. Unless Maria is always lying to him, this assertion doesn't make sense. Because if Maria is always lying, why are you with her? And why you keep saying that you're happy? You see something's not adding up. It's not making sense. I also found it funny how he feels like a fool for the lie Maria has been keeping up. Yet he has kept the same type of lie going for years with the promise rings. It's only in this therapy session that he admitted he gave those rings to Maria because he knew it made her feel happy. Don't you think Maria feels like a fool because you've been lying to her? He's an emotional terrorist and doesn't see how his actions are terroristic, but is quick to point somebody else out and say, they've done me so wrong and I feel like a fool. Yeah, Maria has been looking like a fool for the past 7 years. Throw him in the garbage. So they end the session and head out to the car. He started behaving like a man. She actually apologized after, which upset the fuck out of me because he just revealed the deception to her too about the promise rings. But from what we saw, he didn't apologize for that. And this is where I want to give y'all a tip. Any man, any woman who actually has a kind heart, those who are natural givers, don't be like Maria. Hold on to every wrongdoing and actually leave after the second wrongdoing. If not, you will meet someone who is like Viktor, someone who is a taker. And takers don't have a limit to their taking. It's just their nature. Just like givers naturally open to give, takers naturally open to just take. A taker will drain your energy until you are unable to function. And they will rationalize their negative impact on you by saying you are happy with how things are because you're still there. And that's what I'm seeing from Viktor. Anyways, let's go to our final couple, Mike and Yasmin. So first off, Yasmin seems like a great communicator. They are engaged. She liked Mike because he was genuine and she felt safe. Says they've been together for 5 years. They have a child together, and then it seems Mike has another child from a previous relationship. Now, the main issue bringing them to therapy is Mike's attachment to money. He was born in poverty, and that poverty birthed a shopping disorder. Usually poverty births frugality. I mean, I guess maybe for me it did, but they were talking about their careers, and he is a business banking manager and she is a teacher, but she makes twice as much as him. And that doesn't make sense from my Canadian perspective. Because here, a banking manager makes anywhere from 60K to 140K. So if she's making twice that amount as a teacher, that means teachers in the UK make anywhere from 120K to 280K. What? I don't know. Maybe she's a professor or something like that. I was just confused. She pays 70% of the bills while he pays 30%, and it makes him insecure.
You wait till we come to here to say that. I've never ever given you reason to not be open and honest with me when it comes to those conversations.
I'm putting myself in a vulnerable situation where I'm telling you about my debt, and then this is the reaction I'm going to get.
Mike also reveals some of his emotional manipulation tactics. He's another emotional terrorist. Unless the producers just cut this scene up, how are you trying to make Yasmin out to be the bad guy when she asked a very valid question about you not mentioning the extent of your debt when she has never made you feel insecure about your financial inability? Side note, this is why you don't get with a man who is so beholden to some of these gender norms, because insecurity does not cultivate a healthy, open relationship dynamic. Insecurity of any kind.
You're not making decisions for us, you're making decisions for you. And that doesn't make sense.
I just don't like being talked to like I'm a child.
You don't want to be talked to like a child, but you want to have free range. The sky is your limit. You just want to be able to act like a child. You have a family. You have responsibilities. But because you have a good woman, you're taken advantage. You should be ashamed of yourself, Mike. You should be very ashamed of yourself. Let that shame sit in your body so you can really know what type of a useless idiot that you're being. Yasmin doesn't deserve this. This dude is insufferable, so selfish, just like VIKTOR, actually. Just like VIKTOR. He also says he doesn't like to be told he's not normal. But bro, you're not. This guy doesn't like the truth. He doesn't like the truth. When the truth is not in you, just know that you have demons you need to conquer. You literally have a shopping addiction. And that is not normal. Even if it was normal, Mike, it's still not right given your responsibilities. It is not healthy and unsustainable for your family, considering your finances. Yo, this dude just wants to be lied to and taken care of. And hey, she's been doing it for this long. So I guess it's up to Yasmin to determine whether she wants to continue being his sugar mama. One thing that I can also see here is that culture is an issue for them too. Mainly because he's not able to measure up to these ideals and they're now having an impact on his relationship. By the end of their segment, we actually find out Mike has been pretending to work, which is nasty work. Nasty work. And that's the end of this episode. My goodness. My quick thoughts. None of these people need to be together. None of these people need to be together. Culture seems to be a main factor that's driving the clash for these mixed couples. I guess if anyone has a chance to make it long term, just based on what we've seen so far, I think it would be Mike and Yasmin. Mainly because the issue is one-sided in this relationship. And if that one person can get their shit together, they can take off and keep moving forward. When it comes to Jay and Daisy, yeah, they need to separate themselves. To be honest, okay, if they want to make this relationship work, this is how I see it. Daisy needs to get over him not being there the day after she gave birth. I do see that Jay is emotionally unavailable, which is not a good thing. Daisy is too as well to some extent. And emotionally unavailable people should not be in a relationship where emotions are needed. They shouldn't have had a baby together. But no, they were acting grown physically when they are children mentally. So yeah, that's that with them. And then finally, Maria needs to break up with VIKTOR ASAP. Break up. She doesn't have kids with him like these other two women, so no baggage once you leave. She still has a joy and a sense of innocence to her demeanor, but staying with VIKTOR will only diminish this love that she has in her heart. To be honest, I'm thinking this show might be the lead up to VIKTOR proposing. I don't know. That might be the setup. Even if this isn't the setup, VIKTOR is an emotional terrorist, and I don't like that for Maria. He loves it where he's at, and he doesn't care to take it to the next level to help Maria get to where she wants to be. So yeah, that's it from me. Let me know your thoughts. Which couple do you think has the best chance to survive long term? Who do you think needs to call it quits? If I'm being very honest, all of them individually, my advice would be to break up. And that's the difference between individual therapy and couples therapy. Couples therapy, you're not looking at the individuals as your client. You're looking at the relationship. Whereas individual therapy, yeah, you're looking at each individual and what will best support their individual growth and needs. That's that from me. I like the show, so I will continue to watch it. Like and subscribe, share your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.